Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Sadler with Creating Future Nurses. And today I have with me Miss Courtney Buck. Miss Buck is a current nursing student with Bryan and Stratton College, and she's just started her journey and will be completing her first term here in just a short couple of weeks. So thank you for sitting down with me today and sharing your journey with us. Can you start out by just telling us a little bit about you and why you decided to get into nursing or start nursing school?
Well, I've always wanted to do nursing, but life took different turns. When I started my nursing journey in 2015, my father was also diagnosed with cancer. So it stopped my journey so that I could be there for him. And instead, I embarked on the food truck journey and became a co-owner and a chef. When COVID hit, it made me reevaluate my life situations and aspiring for dreams, seeing all these people losing their lives. I realized I didn't obtain a dream that I always had of becoming a nurse. So that's when I decided to take the steps of getting into nursing school again and enrolled at Bryan and Stratton because I had heard great things. And of course, one of the main sellers was the passing rate of the NCLEX.
Okay. Well, did you have any healthcare background before you started?
I did take a few classes before I started and had got my certification for EKG and phlebotomy. But it just wasn't working for me to pursue that at the moment. The food truck was more prominent in my life at that time, and I was still dealing with things and processing things with losing my dad, that it just wasn't the right time.
Okay. That's understandable. So how's your experience been so far?
Oh, sorry. The beginning was stressful. The amount of books that arrived at my doorstep, followed by the tracking calendars that you felt like you were signing your life away on the syllabus, and to realize that you now no longer had a life. You belonged to Bryan and Stratton. So it was overwhelming in the beginning. I didn't know how to handle it. So once I sat there and looked at everything, I realized that even though we were given these calendars and these syllabus, I had to make it work for me. So I got my own calendar and organized it and set myself up with a way to study.
So what do you mean by your life was no longer yours?
Well, when you embark on an accelerated program, you have to realize that the freedoms you once enjoyed, that, leisure time that you have, you no longer can have it. For some, they might be able to do that. But for me, in order for me to have the greatest success from the program, I realized I had to reevaluate my life, in that if I wanted to do this, my life was now focused on just being a student at Bryan and Stratton.
So what changes did you have to make?
Time, looking at my schedule to place not only time to do the homework and assignments before us, but to effectively study, come up with a routine that worked for me and my son, because I am a mother as well, to still be a mom, but also have those moments where I can study. So now I use his pickup times to study. When he's in the shower, I usually take Post-its in there and place them on the mirror to get a quick glance at things I'm struggling with. Bedtime routines. Now when he's asleep, I grab a book to refresh. Just utilizing my time as best as possible without draining myself at the same time. It's a delicate balance you have to walk if you truly want to be successful. Like passing at a C, it is acceptable. But for me personally, I just feel like I can do better than just the minimum.
Okay. So what do you think was the biggest change you had to make?
Realistic expectations. Because I'm the type to always feel like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But when you sit down in front of exams, no matter how hard you study or things that you do, you have to realize that you might not walk out with that A as much as you want to. I have to be comfortable and satisfied with a B to know that maybe next time, if I try a little harder or I don't second guess myself as much, that I can do better. It's just having realistic expectations, because if I consume myself with not getting the grade I intended to get, I'll get bogged down by that and then won't be able to put forth my best effort for the next exam or project that we're given.
So what's been the most stressful part of this whole journey?
Critical thinking. Because sometimes you look at the question and it makes perfect sense. All the answers are right. But then you have to think, what would a nurse do? And you sit there thinking all of these things, but it's one word that's off. So that's the hardest part for me, critically thinking and not changing my answer. Because I will click multiple times and then hit continue and realize it was the original thought that I had. So, biggest issue.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about some of the study habits. What kind of things have you incorporated? I know some of the adjustments you said you made to actually do the studying, but when you're studying, what kind of things are you actually doing while you're studying?
I use the voiceovers, of course. I read my book and highlight things. But things that I need to maintain, I'll use Post-its and write the order. Like for insulin, it's clear versus cloudy, so I'll write that somewhere. Or techniques that you use, is it sterile, different safety precautions. I also have started the whiteboard method. I haven't technically received a whiteboard yet, but I have the ability to write on my iPad. So I use a blank screen and rewrite the process of certain things to see if I got it right, or force my mother and grandparents to listen to a lesson about electrolytes. And I've also found videos.
Well, that's actually good.
Yeah. I've also found videos sometimes on YouTube that also help break down certain things. It really helped me with electrolyte imbalances to master that. Because sometimes, no matter how many times I thought about it, it made more sense when I seen it presented in different ways. So that has helped a lot. The Post-its, the whiteboard method, listening to the voiceovers, those are crucial, because I used to not listen to them as much in the beginning, but towards the end, I've listened to them a lot more, and I've seen better retention on the information that we're learning.
Okay. And you actually teach it to your family?
Yeah. They're tired of me, for real. My sister was like, is this how you guys feel when I give you Harry Potter facts? Because, like, I'm always teaching them, well, did you think about this? Well, let me guys tell you about how to do this trach care, or making them be my patients, which they don't even realize. For head to toe assessment, they're my patients. I mean,
okay. So you're doing it in a way that they don't even realize, huh?
Not at all. Sometimes I try to slide it in there with a quick feel of the scalp, but I'm really trying to assess if it's correct, or any abnormalities or lumps or masses that we should document. So
you're ending up your first term here in the next couple of weeks. How's it going for you overall with the methods you've implemented?
I think my methods are helping me a lot. I think going into next semester, I might make a few adjustments, but not that many. I feel like having confidence in my abilities will be the greatest force for my success. And just being more comfortable and knowing that with every semester and every clinical, I'll gain more experience and knowledge in my skills. Because when you first walk into the nursing program, we're blind. Even if we do have some background, it's still not comparable for what we're embarking into. Because when you first started clinicals, I'm not even gonna lie, I felt like a complete idiot. I was nervous, terrified walking into those people's room, not knowing how they would receive me. What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to do? But now I've learned that the main thing that you can do when you enter a patient's room is just be yourself. That's the greatest way to get them to open up to you. It's the most effective way for them to listen to you and have the greatest response to give the best care. So that's one of the main things for me.
So did you do study groups or anything?
We have a group chat. I wouldn't say we do study groups per se, but we do offer advice and help in the chats. I know I've posted worksheets or hacks for learning certain things in the chat, but we also leave it open to see if others need extra help. But with everyone's schedule, it's been hard to actually form a true group, and everyone says they study different in my class. So that also has created an issue. So we just try to share advice or help when we can, or during lunch or our breaks. If someone's having issues like with the dosage calculations and someone else was good at it, that would be the time we would show ways of doing it to help improve their chances of passing as well.
Okay. So you've created a pretty good bond with the individuals in your class?
Yeah, I didn't expect to at first because I've always been kind of like a nerd and considered weird to many people because I'm a little bit different, I guess you could say. But I feel like the bonds I've created with the individuals in my class will go beyond the classroom. I consider a lot of them to be my friends, and I didn't expect that in the beginning at all, or to have similar stories and backgrounds to them that actually created a closeness. So now when we actually are having issues or moments of sadness, we have each other to turn to, which was something I don't think any of us expected, because we walked in here with our own friends and our own mindset, but that was quickly changed. So I can honestly say I'm thankful for the girls I met in my class, and I know that this will be something that lasts me a lifetime of knowing them and being a part of their lives and them in mine as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, what advice would you have to somebody that may be considering going to nursing school, getting ready to start nursing school, or maybe already in nursing school?
Don't let other people's opinions of nursing school deter you from starting. Don't allow what someone else is doing or failing or even passing stop you from attaining your goals. You can't compare what you're doing to what someone else is doing unless you're truly just failing and dropping the ball all around. But never allow someone to say, well, oh, this was hard for me, so you're not going to make it. Never allow those types of comments to make you feel like you're not good enough or that you're capable of passing. I feel like the best advice I could give is to be organized, focused, and always reach out to your professors when you feel like you're struggling. Don't wait until the last minute. It's okay to ask for help, and it's also okay to fail. It's just about how you get up after you fall.
Wow, that's great advice. So, anything else you want to add before we finish this?
Nursing school.
Woo.
You'll cry in the car.
What'd you say?
You'll cry in the car.
You'll cry in the car?
Yeah.
But it's doable, right?
It's extremely doable, and you can obtain your dreams, and you don't have to stop at LPN. You can go all the way to the RN. Further than that, it's all about you and what you do. It's the work you put in, and that's all I can say is do you and be great at it.
Well, thank you so much, Courtney, for joining us today. So, to everyone else, thank you guys for listening to us. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to see some other videos like this, then please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, Creating Future Nurses. Thank you guys and have a great day.